Hi guys, in this video we'll do more examples on using Dagger, and I'll try to explain a little bit more on properties in Kotlin. And let's see the example, what we want to achieve. So we want to have a counter that's counting to 5 seconds, and after 5 seconds we have a sound, we have a vibration, and we have lighten up the screen. So these are the three things. You didn't see the vibrations, but on the device it will be there. So this is what we want to achieve, and let's do it. So let's start with Dagger. So we have Android module, and we want to add two things because we need Power Manager. So provide Power Manager, and we can get it from the application. Get system service, and then context power service. Yes, power manager, and this is a power manager, or we can skip the type here because we know it's a power manager, and it could be a singleton. So in this case it makes sense because this will be executed only once, and then it will be assigned to a field. It will be done behind the scenes by Dagger. In this case it doesn't make sense, but in this one, yes. We don't want this to be executed every time the power manager is injected. And we also need a vibrator. Vibrator service as vibrator. So now what we have to do, we have to go to Android manifest and add uses permission for the wake clock and for the vibrate. So we can actually use the vibrator and the power manager. So let's go to the home activity and let's inject the vibrator. Vibrator and power manager, because here we're gonna use it. Okay, we can uncomment this. Let's make this 2 lines, and I'm not gonna even pretend that I know how to do it. I'm just gonna copy code that I've prepared before, and I haven't ever done a ringtone or vibration before. I usually Google this kind of things because the thing is they are quite special and you don't do these things very often, so I usually have to check Google how to do it. Okay, so we can try and launch this. Okay, let's check it. Working. So everything is working. That's cool. It's okay, but I don't like this stuff here. And I want to refactor it. I want to move it to a new object, to a new class. So let's create a new class and let's call it notification. We'll call it notification center. And we will pass all these things in the constructor. and I'll show you how to create this object in Dagger, because all these things are required. Okay. We don't need late init. They can be values. Value. Because they are in the constructor, so they are static, like in Java sense. So they are values, value properties. Okay. We can also add private. There should be private, because we're not going to use them outside of a notification center. So we're just going to move the method. This method we're going to move to notification center. Okay. So it looks like everything compiles. And so we have to go to our Dagger. And so we have Android module where are all the objects related to Android. So like Power Manager, there are native Android things. So I don't want to mix the stuff up. Let's just copy this and create a new module. Let's just call it application module. And here we will provide as a singleton we will provide here notification center. We don't need this. Context, Vibrato, and Power Manager. And here, okay. So this is how we do another module. So if we want to create in Dagger a new object of a specific class, this is a singleton. We're going to do it like this. So we have to go to the component and add this as a new application module. And then we have to go to the application. And let's refactor it a little bit. So we have to rebuild it, or let's check it. No, there is no application module yet. So let's rebuild it. So now we have application module. And we can create application module. And all these things, context, Vibrator, and Power Manager, will be injected from this Android module. Okay, so now we can go to our home activity, and instead of injecting all these things, we can just inject notification center. So we have notification center, and we can just send notifications. Okay, all the imports removed. Stuff here, not important. So let's just refactor it a little bit. Yes, we can inline this. And let's go inside here. So to show you some of example how to use value, maybe let's refactor it a little bit. Okay, let's create this as a field. Flags. This will be flags. So this is one way to use it. But we can also do things like, is it integer? Yes, int. It's int, and we can do get. So as you can see, this is a property, and here is a getter. So each time you want to use the property flags, this getter will be called. Because it's a value, so it doesn't have a setter, it's only have a getter. Yes. So whenever we call this thing will be called. And this will be executed whatever is in that getter. So this is one thing. And okay. So, and this thing, because we can see that there's some heavy operations here. So we can see that this is quite complicated, and maybe we can extract this as a field too. Get ringtone. Nope. So let's do it this way. By lazy. Okay, so this is a new thing by lazy here, and what it does, whenever you call a ringtone, so let's say here, this thing will be created and will be assigned to the ringtone field, but it will be executed only once and then assigned. That's why it's lazy. No. It's lazy because it will be created. So this will be called and assigned when you first call for the ringtone. So here, the ringtone will be created and this will be executed. But here, you will already call the created instance. So this will not be executed the second time. You can do tests about it, but yeah, this is how it's gonna work. This is it, and let's run it. Okay, look like it's working. Another thing that we can do, we can even remove this value. So there is something like, can remove this, and there is thing like apply. Acquire and release. So this is a thing from Kotlin. It's like an extension method that you can use on any object. So it's basically, what's going to happen is this is going to be created, and then these two methods gonna be executed on this object. So basically the same thing that happened before. So what we've done here, we've cleaned up the code, copied from Stack Overflow, probably. It's always good to do this, because as you can see, it looks better. It looks more clear. Everything's working, so the last thing, of course, let's commit changes. Let's see it first. So simple manifest. Okay. No, there's something missing here in application. Android module, and there should be application module. Application module. It's good to do a code review. Okay. This is pretty clear. Okay, looks good now. Okay,